3, 2, 1, and action. What is up, Travels with Buddy Nation on the Travels with Buddy station? Today is Monday, December 27th, and I hope everybody had an awesome Christmas this year. And New Year's is right around the corner, right, bud? Pretty soon we're going to be in 2022. And I hope everybody has an awesome New Year's, right, bud? And Buddy is doing awesome. His hair is growing back. He's full of energy. He's been taking walks. He's been getting some exercise. And I think he even probably might have lost a pound or two from doing all the exercises and the walking. When he was in the house with the poison ivy throw, I think he gained a few pounds. But anyways, for today's workout, we're going to do an exercise called the Z press. It's an exercise that we do off the floor. I'm going to demonstrate it first with a barbell, with my rack. And I know not everybody has a rack like this to do this exercise on. So I'm going to do the exercise with dumbbells. With the dumbbells, you don't need a rack or anything. And the dumbbells probably is a better way to do the Z press because you can angle your wrists whatever way is comfortable. With the barbell, you only got one solid grip variation, which is just with your palms facing forward. Sometimes when I do military press, it's more comfortable if my palms are facing each other or if they're just slightly angled. But anyways, the Z press is an excellent exercise. And a lot of people get confused with the Z military press to like a seated military press. But the Z press is much different. It's similar, but it's different because with the Z press, basically you're sitting on the floor, or I'll demonstrate real quick. And you got your feet out in front of you, like this, when you're sitting on the floor. And you're doing the press. And you try to keep your legs as straight as possible. So it's working the core along with when you're doing the military press. So you're working a lot of muscles. When you're just doing a basic seated military press, you're not working your core because you're sitting in a comfortable position. So that's what makes the Z press it's a different exercise. It makes it a more difficult exercise for sure. And you're definitely working more muscles doing the Z press than you're doing if you were just doing a regular seated military press with dumbbells or a barbell. So without further ado, I will demonstrate the Z press. And Bud, come here you. And Bud, you can spot me from the other room, and later we'll go for a walk, and we'll probably go for a little ride too, right? Because it's supposed to be pretty decent today. It's a little chilly, but it's pretty decent. And hopefully this week soon I'll take a video of Buddy. He got a new jacket for Christmas, and he likes it. And I'll do a video of Buddy chilling in his new jacket, right, Bud? But for now, I'll put you in the other room, and I will demonstrate the Z press. All right. So I'll demonstrate it first with the barbell. You could possibly do the exercise with a barbell, which you just without the rack, but it would be pretty difficult. Basically, you want to sit in an upright position, keep your legs as straight as possible, and you'll notice when you do this exercise, it really engages the core. And I'm going to try to go for about 12 to 15 repetitions, so count along with me. I got 16 reps, and I'll tell you, doing a Z press is much more difficult than doing a regular seated military press Or if I was just sitting on a bench, sitting like on a bench press, and doing the military press. Because with the Z press, it's like you're working your core muscles. So it makes the exercise much more difficult. This is only 55 pounds and I got 16 reps. And I was exhausted. Because my body was exhausted because my core muscles were engaged while I was doing the exercise. So next I will demonstrate the Z press with a couple pairs of dumbbells. Because I know a lot of you watching these videos probably don't have a squat rack where you can do this exercise from. But with the dumbbells, this is also a great exercise to do, again, because you can vary your wrist position when you're doing the exercise. So without further ado, I will demonstrate the Z press with a couple of dumbbells. Basically, it's the same thing. You want to put your feet out in front of you, keep your legs as straight as possible. As you know, my hamstrings are, if you've been watching these videos, my hamstrings are pretty tight. I'm working on getting them a little more stretched out and looser, but I try to keep my legs as straight as possible. Sit upright, grab a couple of dumbbells. Basically the same idea. I'm going to try to get 12 to 15 reps, so count along with me. Alright, I got 20 reps, and if you notice, those last couple of reps, I was working on stretching my legs and blocking out my knees. Whew. And I noticed when I did that, I engaged my core muscles even further. So I was working my core even to a much higher degree when I locked my knees out, when I straightened my legs, because it engaged my core even more. Again, these are only maybe 18-pound dumbbells a piece. I think I'm going to get 20 repetitions, and it was a very exhausting exercise because you're engaging your core on top of doing the press. Again, it's much more difficult doing the Z press than just doing a basic seated military press with a dumbbell or a barbell. It's an excellent exercise. You got to give it a try. If you got a rack, you can try it with the bar. If not, try it with a couple of dumbbells. It's just as effective. It's an awesome exercise. It's called the Z press. And remember, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Travels with Buddy. Have an awesome day. Remember to take those walks, and everybody have an awesome New Year's. All right, everybody, peace out. Keep training.